Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be with Andrea Bryant of Awaken Astrology. She's going to chat with us about the new moon and things that we can do with those energies for the month ahead. Hi, welcome. She'll be with us shortly. Bear with us, there's been a little bit of an internet connection problem. We're both in really bad storms right at the moment, so we just got off, so it'll work out great. Thank you for joining. Hi. The new moon is like super fantastic. What she's going to go in with us is, hi Andrea, we'll get you added on in just a sec. Okay. We're just waiting on her real quick. She's going to map out some tools that you can use with this energy and how that lays out. Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
Good. How are you, Margie? Happy new moon in Aquarius.
Yes, I'm great. Thank you. Are you surviving all this freezing cold weather where you're at?
Barely. I'm a warm weather girl.
Well, I know you're going on a little trip soon to be in the desert, so that'll be fantastic.
Can't wait. Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
Be there for the full moon.
Oh, that's fantastic. And we're going to be live for that. So that'll be great.
That would be really good. Yeah.
So let's chat about the new moon and what that is. And
okay. So what we're going to chat about is how to create the life you want working with nature, going with the flow of nature. So that's going to talk about where we are in a lunar cycle and how to use the planets when the planets are making good aspects to help us, right?
Yeah.
And we can use those energies to set ourselves up for the month, the year, and actually a 2.25 year long cycle.
Yeah, nice.
So this is very important to create the life we want with ease. People always talk about, oh, with ease and grace. Well, let's do it with ease and grace.
Let's actually take tools and do that and apply them in our lives to work with the energies that are supporting us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. So the new moon marks the beginning of the cycle. It's when the sun and the moon are at the same degree in a sign. So the moon is dark. It has no light to it whatsoever. You can think of it as being in the deep ocean of infinite possibilities. Yeah. And what you want to do is go within and tap into that sea of infinite possibilities for yourself and feel what you want to create for yourself. So the moon, well, and if we go back to farmers, I mean, farmers always planted seeds during a new moon. They'd put the little seed in the deep, dark dirt, okay? And then the moon would work with the water cycles. So the moon works with water and it draws the water into the seed. And the seed will sprout, make a little sprout. And then during a first quarter moon, as the moon builds, that little sprout has to hold tight and hold fast and use its energy to hang on and stay true to life. It wants to keep growing and keep building. And then if we fast forward, full moons were always known for harvest. It's when the apples were full on the trees and we would harvest. Yeah. And it gives you the full revelation of what has come about, fruition. That's where fruition, right? Yeah. And then the moon wanes and we go into 3/4 moon, the last quarter. And that talks about what we need to let go of and release. And then we start a moon cycle over again. Over again. Yeah. So here we are with a new moon in Aquarius, 15 degrees Aquarius, 15:45 seconds Aquarius. And it's right now. It's at 2:03 Mountain Time, 1:03 Pacific Time. Yeah. And so we're right in it. We're right in it. We're in the deep ocean of infinite possibilities. And this is a great time to go within, get quiet, tap into your own unique resonance, for what you want. So let's talk about the general meaning of this current new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is a cosmic sign. It's detached. It's off Earth looking down. And because it's so detached and objective, it can see a much larger picture. But that much larger picture is seen while being tapped into cosmic or divine love. So you're actually in a place that is of a higher resonance or a higher frequency. And the sign is known to tap into planes of higher consciousness. It's also known to be that of the genius, the innovator, the visionary, because you can see things from a perspective you couldn't see before. And so we're going to work with the words divine frequency, tapping into planes of higher consciousness, divine wisdom, higher cosmic love. And
Like it.
everyone's being impacted this way. This is general. We're talking about general astrology now, or for everyone.
Yes.
And that new moon is making a sextile or an opportunity with the planet Jupiter in its own sign that it likes to be in, Sagittarius. And this is really beneficial. This expands with optimism. This just gives abundance and new opportunities and new possibilities and ways of exploring what it is. So we've got these two energies working well together. And that being said, we're going to talk about how it impacts. Well, Margie, I'm going to use you as an example today. Hope you're ready, because astrology is...
Did I actually give you my chart? Just kidding.
Yes, I have it. I always have it.
I know.
But this is about astrology. What I love about astrology is making it personal. How is it actually affecting me? How is it actually affecting you?
Personal and practical, right? Like giving us actual tools that we can apply in this second and forward.
Right, because if you can't apply it to your life, what good is all the information? And you always say that, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yep.
So, number one, this is about knowing you are, I am, we are connected to higher love and divine wisdom. Okay? That's the foundation that we're working with, the foundational energy. And then we want to go within and ask, where is it in my life that I would like to be more innovative, visionary, and explore new opportunities? Okay. So it's about expansion. And I'm going to give you an interpretation now of your chart. Okay. I'm going to act as a guide, offer you some clarity and some insight. Okay. So that you can be a better, more authentic you. Okay. So let's look at your chart. Again, the new moon theme, tapping into higher planes of consciousness, higher love, divine wisdom. And for you, that new moon is happening in your 9th house of spiritual philosophy. Nice. So this says that, and I know you, Margie, you have your own spiritual philosophy. Yeah. But this month, this year, we're going to take it even higher. Nice. You're going to expand and innovate your spiritual philosophy.
Yeah, I've been feeling that, Andrea, actually, just to let you know, with different, as a matter of fact, this morning, getting up, some other creative ideas came in related to me working with people, right? And I started writing, and then I was like, oh, I gotta go, I'm going to be late. So that's definitely being felt, maybe not consciously, right? But definitely aware that energy is there and different ideas coming at me.
Okay, so let's tweak it a little bit more. So you want to expand these new possibilities, and they're tied to, it's directly, opportunistically tied to areas in your life of work and health, because health is, your work is essentially about health, whether it's physical health or spiritual health or emotional health, all the areas of health. So it ties in with that directly, and the groups, associations, and community that you work with that are specifically. So it's perfectly aligned with these two. This
Yeah.
is bringing new possibilities to the way you work and help generate health in the groups, especially,
Okay.
you know, the communities you've already got established, associations. So you're being assisted to take this to a new higher awareness. Now, there's a practical element here too that wants to be grounded. It wants to be grounded, and it wants for you to create a structure
That's the
or some
feeling I
kind
just
of
had. Yeah.
foundation
Mm-hmm.
for you to present this to your community, to your group.
Okay. Okay.
So I made an example intention statement for you to use.
Okay.
Please tweak it for what works with you.
Okay.
But an example intention statement might be something like this.
Okay.
With love and wisdom, I create a new or expand my technique that helps myself and others reach higher levels of consciousness.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
please, you know, work with that.
I will.
Change it for
I
what
will.
resonates to you.
So I have a question for someone. I know what I do when I have intentions or affirmations I'm working with. What are some things you could suggest for people who maybe that's something new to them, right? For this new moon, something that they could do.
You mean in order to create the intention
Yeah,
statement?
so either both, like in helping themselves create the intention and remembering to align to divine wisdom and love, right? Because that's the
Right.
supporting that. So you definitely would want that in there. But also, what do they actually do with that after they write it down, right?
Okay, exactly. What to do with it. That's a
Mhm.
really good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, we want to create a little ceremony. And I hope that doesn't, I mean, by a little ceremony, I mean, find a space where you feel really blessed or comfortable. That can be your couch, right? It can
Yeah.
be your living room floor. You can surround yourself with something pretty or even a nice fluffy blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And because the moon works, that energy of the moon works, is so closely tied with water,
Mm-hmm.
I were either grab a glass of water or a cup of tea or coffee or whatever it is that you like to drink.
Yeah.
And with a heartfelt, like you always, you've taken the time now to create this heartfelt intention statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is full of the resonance of you. And so when you're stating your intention statement, you want to put that into the water, into the liquid. Okay? And know that it's there. And then drink it. Drink it all up. It's all you. Incorporate that in you. And a simple ceremony can be as easy as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't have to be more elaborate than that.
I'll hold my glass just and as I say it, right? And feel
Right.
And feel it going in.
Put it in put it in the water.
Yeah.
And put it in with as much of heartfelt love for yourself as you can, and then sip it and enjoy it and know that you're doing this creation for yourself and that you've had the planets helping you, because you're working with Jupiter and Venus and Saturn in your chart specifically. They're all coming to help you with the aspects that they're making to your own personal natal chart.
Yeah.
And so rest assured that you're starting off on a wonderful cycle. Now, how do we practice? How do we bring this into our life? Because we don't want to just have our ceremony, and forget it.
Yeah.
We want to work with it. So you want to write your intention statement down on a piece of paper. I like to put it on my bathroom mirror. When I get up.
Can I share something that I've mentioned this to you before, but for anyone one of the things that I've done and I like to do is I'll write it down, and I usually write it down 7 times, and I do. It's just something I started a long time ago, and I'll read it before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And I will, if I use a white piece of paper and I use, say, a purple pen, right? I
How
might get
pretty.
little purple stickers and put it one on the rear view mirror or one on my computer or one in my bathroom. And when I
Okay.
see that as I'm getting ready or I'm looking behind me to drive, I get the visualization and the remembrance of what I had woken up to reading or went to bed reading, and then it's just a natural thing that happens that whole time.
I think that's amazing. So
I
obviously you've
memorize it,
got,
yeah,
you
yeah.
memorize it.
Hmm.
And so that's great for people
Yeah.
who have a problem memorizing it or don't want to. You can stick it around the house. You can put
Yeah.
it on your bathroom mirror. You can stick it to your laptop.
Yeah.
Um,
Those little stickers just give me a reminder of that,
I
right?
love
That
it.
color. It's yeah.
I'm going to do it.
I
I'm going
love
to
I
do it
love
because
that.
I love it.
Yeah. And what
But
else do we do?
that's the
Yeah.
daily practice. That's the daily
Hmm.
practice around your intention. And you really want to do that for a full 28 days.
Okay.
That creates the practice, right? Just like
Yeah.
doctors have a practice and lawyers have a practice.
Yeah.
It's because they do something that works, they understand the system, and they do it daily. They
Mm-hmm.
make a daily practice of it. Now, in 2 weeks, we'll have a full moon,
Mm-hmm.
and a full moon is about revelation. It is what has come to fruition. It's showing you what you've got showing up in your life and what needs to be tweaked and what maybe needs to be let go of, surrendered. And you can come back in 2 weeks if you want, and you can tweak that intention statement just a little bit so that you can
Okay.
close out the monthly cycle with even more accuracy, more clarity.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that's how I work with the moon cycle. I mean, obviously, it's way more fun when we're dealing with this on a personal
Yes.
level.
Yeah.
If anyone wants more information, they can go to my services
Yeah.
tab on awakenastrology.com. I do
Yes.
have a special for the moon cycle if anyone wants help with that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Can you share? I do want to ask a little bit so with the cycles, and you and I have discussed this, but cycles work it's not just this 28 days with this new
No.
moon. So can you just briefly before we go into a
Yeah,
little bit about
that's great.
cycles?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a new moon right now at almost 16 degrees Aquarius.
Yeah.
We oftentimes, most of the time when people are talking about new moon cycles, they're talking about a 28-day cycle because we'll have another new moon. Okay. And that new moon will be in Pisces. Okay. But the next time we have a new moon in Aquarius will be a year from now.
Yeah.
And okay, so this is actually could be viewed as a year-long cycle because we are starting the new moon now. Full moon revelation of what you've created will be at the full moon in Aquarius 6 months from now. Okay, and we can talk about that. As a matter of fact, we can handle our new moon discussion any way you want. When we get together in 2 weeks, we can either discuss what's happened for the month. We can go back 6 months ago and see what you created 6 months ago and what's showing up right now.
Okay.
And the third cycle is a longer cycle still, and that's where we go back to where we actually have another new moon right around 15, 16 degrees of Aquarius. And that won't occur for another 27 months or 2.25 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's even a longer cycle.
Okay.
So this is why it is so important with every new moon, to really go within and to be as authentic and aligned with what you intend to create, because that cycle could go out 2.25 years. And you want to make sure that you're not just aligning to something that's, willy-nilly or currently showing up in your life, but is truly authentic to the entire plan of your life.
Oh, that's awesome, Andrea. That is so awesome. As I was thinking about that, I'm thinking, okay, so when you're working with someone, or for you personally, are you looking at how this new moon affects you a few days before, so that at 2:03 today, Mountain Time, you're actually aligning to the moon and working with it right then. Did you already have your intention prior to today?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I did was, obviously, I mean, I'm constantly
Yeah.
involved in astrology, but
Yeah.
with my friends or clients, it would be about a week out, approximately, where we'd pull up the chart for the actual moment of the new moon.
Yeah.
And I would look and see where it is, what house and that's what area of your life this new moon is showing up in.
Okay.
And then I would look at who are the key players. Who's the house ruler? Those are some of the things that I'm going to look at. And what major players or what major plays, impacts, or energies are coming to assist you. Okay. And where they're located in your life. Excuse me. So that's showing me where areas of your life are connecting. Like in your case, you had the 6th house of health and work.
Yeah.
Connected to your 11th house of your group work, your community work that you do. Yeah. And so that told me that this higher philosophy that you're expanding upon is directly related to your area of work and health and to your service work that you're doing for your community, your Basmati community or your health and spiritual community at large. And that's how I was able to connect them. And I do that with myself and, whoever wants to create a really accurate intention statement.
So I'll ask you, and if anyone has any questions or comments, please share before we finish up here. But Andrea, if someone does reach out to you, right, when they reach out to you for their next new moon or the full moon or whatever reason right now, about how long would a new moon reading be for someone?
It takes 20 minutes.
Okay.
And, I have a special now. I don't know if people want to know. I mean, it's $35. It's really,
that's awesome. Yeah.
And it is good if someone has some familiarity with their astrological energies and what their gifts and talents are in this lifetime, maybe what their challenges are, what their spiritual intent is, because that's really important. Because if we want to stay authentically true over time, we always want to stay aligned to our spiritual intent.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, and that's not to say that we can't use objectives that have to do with, money or value or acquiring relationship. Absolutely, that's fine. But we want to make sure that those areas of relationship and money are aligned with us in integrity.
And supported, right, by the energies
Correct.
that are in. Yeah. Awesome, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Margie.
We'll be back again for the full moon for sure.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, I do want to add real quick, I'm sorry, that I know that when you've done your readings today, we just did a little brief part of what mine looked like.
Correct.
Just so you know, and that's why I asked about the time, because you go over a ton of information. All right.
Yeah, or whatever someone's looking for specifically. If they're only interested in certain areas, we can do that. But what I try to do with the new moon is look at the whole chart and say, okay, this new moon is assisting you. You may want to go into the area of love and romance, but if the assistance is really helping you with career and work, you know, if that's where the great, that's going with the flow of life.
Yes.
You know, next month, it may be setting the intention and working with love and romance.
Perfect. Totally makes sense. I love you, girl.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, hon.